Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our YouTube channel once again. And it is my hope and prayer that this video is going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I am fine as you can see. Kisumu is also fantastic. It's actually raining outside there. And maybe you could also let me know where you are watching the video from, the county or the country, in case you are out of the republic. Ladies and gentlemen, something very interesting happened yesterday. And I'm not sure whether it had happened before. The Attorney General declared the housing levy unconstitutional. The housing levy is one of the pet projects of the president. Remember, the Attorney General is the legal advisor to the government. Let me just read for you what the paper reported over that, and I'm going to use the Daily Nation. This is what they reported. Attorney General Justin Muturi has cautioned the Kenya Revenue Authority against making any collection from the affordable housing levy, which was declared illegal by the Court of Appeal on 26th January 2024. KRA Commissioner General Humphrey Wataga had in a February letter sought guidance from the Attorney General on government position on the controversial levy. Mr. Muturi told KRA that the levy had no legal basis at the time of the court decision, hence the taxman should not make collection. In short, Justin Muturi is telling KRA that the levy is unconstitutional. And today, none other than Mutahi Ngunyi lectured and attacked Justin Muturi over his position on the housing levy. This is what Mutahi Ngunyi posted, and I've actually gone through it, and Mutahi Ngunyi is making a lot of sense. This is what Mutahi Ngunyi is posting. That, dear Justin Muturi, have you heard of the doctrine of collective responsibility in the cabinet? So that even if you don't agree with something, you don't go outside there and make noise about it. And it is proceeding, you disagree privately, but support the collective cabinet position publicly. And Mutahi Ngunyi is making serious sense there because, Justin Muturi is a member of the cabinet. So if there is a cabinet position that the housing levy must be collected, then it means if Justin Muturi has issues with it, then he should do it inside there, but not outside. And he's also proceeding. This is a constitutional convention worldwide. If you cannot keep it, you must shut up or resign. Simple. According to our constitution, the cabinet consists of the president, the deputy president, the attorney general, and the other cabinet secretaries. So attorney general is a member of the cabinet, which means the fact that William Ruto has been pushing for this housing levy, the fact that other cabinet ministers have been pushing for this housing levy, it means Justin Muturi must be part and parcel of it. So which begs several questions. Before I get into all those, in case you're watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, allow me to dive in. Why do you think Justin Muturi wrote that letter to the KRA Director General? Because if it was a cabinet decision that the housing levy is constitutional, the Attorney General ought to have agreed with that position. Which brings us to several questions. Of course, we all know that Attorney General Justin Muturi used to be a very close ally of Uhuru Kenyatta. And I don't know why Justin Muturi never thought about it. That as much as he was used to fight Uhuru Kenyatta and is now part of the cabinet, there is no way he was going to be allowed to operate. Nobody was going to trust Justin Muturi because he's still being viewed as someone who can be leaking some details to Uhuru Kenyatta, which begs several questions. Who leaked the letter from the Attorney General to KRA to the public or to the media? Because I don't think Justin Muturi leaked this letter. And for us to understand who leaked the letter, let me just go through the letter. Now, this is the letter you are seeing on your screen there. And from this letter, you can clearly tell that it has a stamp for forwarded, and it also has a stamp for received. So which means this letter was leaked after it was received the other side. Which makes the question, where was it leaked? I want to assume that if you write a letter, then you remain with a copy. I don't see this as a copy. Maybe it's a copy, but I don't see this as a copy. I see this as the original. Someone just took photo of the document, which means the leakage came from KRA. So that's the first question. Who leaked it? And the second question is, what was the objective of the leakage? You know, there are certain letters in this republic which are highly confidential. I want to assume this is also a confidential letter. Probably the KRA Director General, probably if the media had asked him, he would have said, okay, we had received communications from the Attorney General that we should not collect. But now the entire letter is being leaked. What was the objective? Is someone somewhere trying to set up the Attorney General? Because today, again, if you go to Twitter, you'll realize that cabinet reshuffle was trending. Why do you think it was trending? Of course, there was that story of Moses Kuria where it was alleged. There was that story of Moses Kuria where Moses Kuria was talking of sabotage, and of course the story of Justin Muturi. So that's why the cabinet reshuffle was trending. So who is behind it? What was the objective? So that's the second question. The third question is, was Justin Muturi aware of the collective responsibility of the cabinet? Justin Muturi is a lawyer, and therefore for me, he was well aware that as long as there's a cabinet decision, it's final on them. And therefore my expectation was that he ought to have allowed the KRA to continue collecting that levy. He's a lawyer. Probably he's trying to protect his his back, but the truth is collective responsibility. And that's where I agree with Mutahi Ngunyi. If he's not comfortable, the best thing is he should resign. And that's why I'm saying whoever leaked this letter is setting up the stage for Justin Muturi to resign. I don't know whether it would be a good idea for Justin Muturi to resign, but I don't see him surviving. In fact, for those who follow this channel, some 1 or 2 weeks ago, I remember opining on this platform that if there's one individual who is not going to vote for William Ruto in 2027, then that individual is Justin Muturi. Mark it from me. Justin Muturi is going to fall out with William Ruto. The other individual is none other than Moses Kuria. They're not going to go into the election with William Ruto. And probably William Ruto is well aware that the departure of those two will cause a big problem for him in the mountain, and that's why he's now working on Western Alliance. So the question is, was Muturi aware that once we are in cabinet and we agree, that is the position? As a legal advice, he just needs to figure out how he can defend it. Number 4, the fourth question is, what was cabinet position on the housing levy? Because that's very important. The truth is, the cabinet position on the housing levy is well known. Well known. Ruto wants the housing levy because he wants to build houses. Because it's in the houses where they'll be able to raise campaign money. The housing project is going to be his pet project, his legacy project. You see, like Uhuru Kenyatta is remembered with that expressway. He's also remembered with the Uhuru Park. Uhuru Kenyatta is also remembered with several others. But for William Ruto, he has identified housing as his pet project. So, you can't tell me that the cabinet could have disagreed to an extent that Justin Muturi can now come out. If there's one thing which William Ruto has really pushed for, despite being very unpopular, is the housing levy. Housing levy is very unpopular with majority of Kenyans. They agree they need houses, but the way it's being implemented, most Kenyans don't agree with it. But William Ruto has been pushing it. And then a member of the cabinet comes and saying it's unconstitutional. And lastly, what was Justin Muturi's advice to the president over this housing levy? Do we assume that he advised the president that this thing is illegal, but the president, being William Ruto, decided to ignore. So that's the other question. What was his advice? Because we've been reading a lot of stories in the media about Justin Muturi and his position, and that his position is actually under serious threat. So the question is, what was his advice? And what was William Ruto's response? Because you can advise someone, okay, boss, hii kitu tunajaribu kufanya is unconstitutional, so can we stop it? Then he can decide, okay, we can't stop it, we are going ahead with it. That's different. But we are talking of a situation where he advised the president, and probably the president disagreed with him. And in that case, assuming the president disagreed with him, what was supposed to be then his response? Going to the public? My conclusion is that someone somewhere is outside there trying to force Justin Muturi out of office. And Justin Muturi, it's just a matter of time. You either resign or you'll be forced to resign. I don't know what you think. That's my take. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.